Welcome to the Productive Introvert Community Podcast, helping ambitious introverts who feel deep down that they can add more value to the world to really thrive in their work. I'm Mariela Franker, and I'll be sharing what I'm learning as an introverted entrepreneur, a natural productivity coach, and a mom while I build my business online and take care of my family and myself. In this podcast, you'll learn the mindset and the practical steps to naturally increase the impact of your work while making space for your unique strengths as an introvert. Hi. I hope you're having a good day. So I've been thinking a lot about energy lately, and I think I mentioned in one of the previous episodes how energy is one of the biggest themes, especially when you're an introvert, because you may recognize this. Let's start at the beginning. What's really the biggest difference between an introvert and an extrovert? And I think the easiest way to tell for yourself is to finish this sentence. After a busy day where I've had loads of stuff going on and interacted with a lot of different people, most of the time I like to, and then just finish what comes up for you. So most introverts will probably finish it something along the lines of, like, after a busy day with loads going on and lots of interaction with people, most of the time I just like to be by myself, or I like to have some quiet time, or I like to just be at home and relax a little bit. Whereas most extroverts would probably finish it something more along the lines of, after a busy day, I feel energized, I'm ready for more. And in that sentence, it tells you the biggest difference between an introvert and an extrovert. So a lot of people, there are different ways that people describe this. One of the ways is that introverts give energy when interacting with people, while extroverts get energy from interaction. And of course, there's no 100%, right? No one is 100% an introvert and 100% an extrovert. We're usually like somewhere in the middle, and it changes depending on the activities that we do, the people that we're around. Like if you're very, very comfortable around the people you're with, most people will find that energizing, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. But generally speaking, after a lot of activity and it's busy time, most introverts will want to take some time alone and kind of, stay in a little cocoon for a little while. Some people say, I like to go hibernating. And I've been thinking about energy a lot lately, because I do notice that it's one of the things that really can be a barrier for people to live their best life. Especially if you're someone who is easily overstimulated or drained by activities, it can be really, really difficult to navigate that and to still feel like you have the energy to do the things that you want to do. And I posted something online the other day about this, and I got so many responses on that post. Some people were telling me, someone said that, I feel so seen by your post. This is so recognizable to me. Someone else said that they really identified with what I shared in that post. And I was talking about how I used to think of myself as a low energy person. And because I got so many responses, I thought that this might be something useful to also share here with you in the podcast. So yeah, I used to think of myself as a low energy person. And I'm making air quotes right now if you're listening to this on audio. And it was just like this little disclaimer that I used to let people know that like I was not going to be staying for drinks after work. That I was probably not going to be at the party after 9 p.m. Or that I wasn't going to be joining on that like activity packed like 3-day networking event. Because I'm a low energy person, I can't do all those things. And like me, like a lot of introverts, they feel like something is wrong with them because they struggle with their energy. And this was true for me too. We think that because we're an introvert who prefers like calm, that we can't handle pressure or the demands of being an entrepreneur. Or that we're terrible at our jobs if we're not available every hour of the day, or even that we're like a completely selfish person and a bad parent. Don't forget that one. Because sometimes we crave time away from our spouse and our kids. So these are quite sensitive topics, right? It's not very easy to talk about it. I'm just thinking of something that happened yesterday, that I was in a call with my coach and my son came to the door and he just refused to leave, and he sat on my lap. Now, luckily, my coach, she's amazing, and she didn't mind at all. And working from home, you get those situations. And I didn't mind him being there for this call. But sometimes it can be a bit much, right? Having people around you all the time. You see, the problem isn't that introverts are low energy or that they can't handle pressure. The problem usually is that we neglect our own energy needs. And I did that for a long time too. I felt that I always needed to be on, like, especially at work. So I was working in an office then, in a team. So I needed to be available for people, for emails, for requests. When someone asked me to do something, I would drop everything that I was working on and immediately, try to help them out. This caused problems not only for my own workload, but also for my energy level, of course. So coming home from that, most of the time it was just passing out on the couch, only to start work again, probably around 8 p.m. to just do another hour, just get the last few things done. And I completely overworked myself. And this is a trend that I see a lot with people, not only introverts, but when you're an introvert and interaction can overstimulate you, it can be very draining very quickly. But it's not surprising that a lot of us, we brush it off, right? Or we even talk ourselves out of like taking a little break during the day, because we're so used to seeing examples of people who are always on like that. We wear busy like it's like a badge of honor. Oh no, I'm so busy. That means, oh, things are going well. Your business is booming because you're busy, right? And we look up to people who have that hustler's mentality. There's so many, like if you like Google motivation, 9 out of 10 things you're gonna find are gonna tell you to work 24/7, have that hustler's mentality, always keep going. And we wear that like a badge of honor. And look, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, yes, you need to work hard, okay, to make progress, to do the things that you want. But the word hard in that sentence, it's open to interpretation, in my opinion. It doesn't mean 24/7. To me, it means choosing the things that are important to you and going all in on that. You don't have to do everything and be everything to everybody. In the end, there has to be this synergy between yourself, what your wishes and your dreams, your energy and your strengths, and then how you help other people. And when you can find that synergy, that's when the magic really happens. And a lot of the times we don't see a lot of examples of like quiet and calm leaders who still make a really big impact without hustling 24/7. Probably it's because they also like quiet and calm and they don't talk about it that much. So the examples are out there, but they're usually a little bit more hush-hush. Most of what we see is this really big and loud, and we inadvertently think that that's what we need to do to be able to be seen, and that's what we have to compete with to achieve the things that we want. The bottom line is when you can find that synergy, right? And to do that, you really need to start to understand your own energy needs. And if you're an introvert, what does that mean for you? If you're an extrovert, what does that mean for you? What are the things that light you up? What are the things that energize you? Instead of wearing busy like a badge of honor, what if we could be proud to have calm and quiet in our lives too? What if we could give ourselves permission to give people our very best, but from a place of like full introvertness, if that's who you are, warts and superpowers and all? What would that be like? So I just want to say that if you're struggling with your energy right now, that you are not a low energy person. You're a person experiencing low energy right now. Let's change that. So if this resonates with you, get in contact with me. Okay, I would love to talk to you, even if it's just exchanging our experiences and kind of knowing that you're not alone. So I take regular exploration calls just to get to know people and to have a little chat. And I'm going to leave the application form to that in the description. So feel free to fill that in and we can just have a virtual coffee and chat a little bit. Thank you for listening today, and let's talk again next week. Thank you for listening to the Productive Introvert Community Podcast. If you're an introverted entrepreneur and you're ready to thrive in your own way, then connect with me on thefrankermessage.com/contact.